Hello students, after completion of second chapter, which is mechanical properties of fluids, today we are going to solve numericals which are there at the end of this chapter in your textbook. So starting with the multiple choice questions, the first multiple choice question is: a hydraulic lift is designed to lift heavy objects of maximum mass 2000 kg. The area of cross section of prism carrying the load is 2.25 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter square. What is the maximum pressure the smaller piston would have to bear? There are four options: A, B, C and D, which are given over there. So here this numerical or this MCQ is based upon Pascal's law. So according to Pascal's law, the formula for pressure, if we consider the formula for pressure, it is force upon area, and this force is mg divided by A. So what we have the mass, area, and that's why substituting these values over there, 2000 multiplied by 9.8, which is the value of g, acceleration due to gravity, and the value of area is 2.25 into 10 raised to minus 2. On solving this, 2000 multiplied by 9.8, what we have? 19600 divided by 2.25 into 10 raised to 2. And simplifying this, what we have? The answer 0.8711 into 10 raised to 6 Newton per meter square. And in this options, this value 0.8711 is present in first option, and therefore the answer is A. Now the second MCQ. Two capillary tubes of radii 0.3 cm and 0.6 cm are dipped in the same liquid. The ratio of heights through which the liquid will rise in the tube is: first option is 1:2, second option B is 2:1, and C is 1:4, and D is 4:1. Now we know the formula for height of liquid column in a capillary tube. H is equal to 2T cos theta upon R rho G. So here T is the surface tension, theta is the angle of contact, R is the radius of capillary tube, rho is the density, and G is acceleration due to gravity. So for a given liquid, these values are constant except R. So the relation between height and R, radius, is inversely proportional. So height is inversely proportional to R. So therefore we get H1 upon H2 is equal to R2 upon R1, and is substituting the values given in the numerical 0.6 upon 0.3, the ratio comes to be 2 upon 1, and therefore the answer is 2:1, and it is there in this B option. So therefore the correct answer is B. Now the third MCQ. The energy stored in a soap bubble of diameter 6 cm and surface tension T is equal to 0.04 Newton per meter is nearly, and options are A 0.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule, B is 0.4 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule, C is 0.7 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule. The D option is 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule. So these are the options. Now what is given? We have diameter 6 centimeter, and that's why the radius will be half of the diameter, and it will become 3 centimeter, that is converting into meter, 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. The formula for the energy or the work done is given by dW is equal to T multiplied by dA, and therefore since it is bubble, there are two surfaces of this spherical bubble. The area of a sphere is 4 pi r square, and therefore its area is 2 multiplied by 4 pi r square. Substituting these values over here, the value of surface tension 2, 4 pi, the value of pi is taken as 3.14, and the value of radius is substituted. On solving this, the square of 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 is 9 into 10 raised to minus 4. After simplifying this, we get an answer which is nearly 0.904 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule. And therefore, which option is correct? The answer is 0.904 into 10 raised to minus 3. So from given data, it is again A option. This is the correct one. Now, the next one, fourth one. Two hailstones with radii in the ratio of 1:4 fall from a great height through the atmosphere. Then the ratio of their terminal velocities is, options are 1:2, 1:12, 1:16 and 1:8. For this terminal velocity, the formula is given by V is equal to 2 upon 9 r square g rho minus sigma upon eta, which is the coefficient of viscosity. Now therefore, the relation between the radius and velocity is directly proportional to square of the radius. So V is directly proportional to r square. Substituting these values and simplifying this equation, we get V1 upon V2 is equal to R1 upon R2 whole square. So substituting the values, we get the ratio 1 upon 16. Square of 1 by 4 is 1 by 16. And therefore, the ratio between the velocities, terminal velocities V1 as to V2 is 1 as to 16. And therefore, the correct option is C. So this is how we can solve this type of numericals. Now the fifth one. In Bernoulli's theorem, which of the following is conserved? The options are linear momentum, angular momentum, mass and energy. Now according to board, some topics are omitted this year due to corona crisis, and that's why Bernoulli's theorem is not there. So this MCQ is not going to be asked, but still the answer is D, energy. Because here it says that the pressure energy, potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant or it is conserved. And therefore what is conserved according to Bernoulli's theorem? That is energy. Now we solve the numericals given in textbook on page number 55. The 10th numerical, we start from the 10th numerical. Find a pressure 200 meter below the surface of the ocean if pressure on the free surface of liquid is 1 atmosphere. The density of sea water is given to be 1060 kg per meter cube. Now what is given? The height or the depth here, it is 200 meter. The atmospheric pressure, 1 atmosphere is equivalent to 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 Pascal or Newton per meter square. So we have converted this atmospheric pressure into SI units. Now the density of seawater is given to be 1060 kg per meter cube, and acceleration due to gravity is also given to be 9.8 meter per second square. We have to find a pressure below the surface of ocean. So for that, the formula for pressure is P is equal to P0 plus H rho G. Here this P0 is the atmospheric pressure, H is this height, rho is the density which is to be find out, and G is the, so we have to find this pressure. So therefore rho is the density of seawater and G is the acceleration due to gravity. So substituting these values in equation, what we have, this substitution, and after solving this, so taking this common term, because it is 10 raised to 5 over here, and hence we shift decimal points by 3 places in this value. So it will become 1.062 and 2 places in 200. So it remains only 2. And that's why 2 places from 2000 and 3 places from 1060. So we can take the power 10 raised to 5. So this is the simplification because we have to add these terms. So on both sides we have taken 10 raised to 5 for simplifying the addition. Now again solving this, taking multiplication, we get these values, and simply addition, we get the value 21.789 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. So this is the answer of 10th numerical. Now the 11th numerical, what is given? In a hydraulic lift, the input piston had surface area 30 centimeters square and output piston has surface area of 1500 centimeters square. If a force of 25 Newton is applied to the input piston, calculate weight on output piston. So here in this numerical, what is given? We have area of input piston, which is 30 centimeters square. Area of output piston is 1500 centimeters square. The force applied at the input is 25 Newton, and we have to find out the force at the second piston, that is output piston. So from Pascal's law, the formula is pressure on both sides is same. So pressure is force upon area. So it is F2 upon A2 is equal to F1 upon A1. So simplifying or substituting these values in this Pascal's law, what we have, F2 upon 1500 is equal to 25 upon 30. So simplifying this, we just simplify this. This is a very simple numerical. So the answer comes to be 1250 Newton. So that is the value of force at this output piston, which is nothing but the weight on output piston. Now 12th numerical, calculate the viscous force acting on a raindrop of diameter 1 millimeter falling with a uniform velocity 2 meter per second through air. The coefficient of viscosity of air is 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 Newton second per meter square. So this is the numerical. We have to find out the viscous force. So what is given in this numerical? The diameter is 1 millimeter. So that's why the radius will be diameter divided by 2. It is 0.5 millimeter. So converting into meter, we have 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. The velocity is 2 meter per second. Coefficient of viscosity is 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 Newton second per meter square, and we have to determine the force, viscous force. So which formula we should use? We can use Stokes law. So from Stokes law, The formula is force F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. Substituting the values, we have 6 into 3.14 into 1.8 into 10 raised to minus 5 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 multiplied by 2. So we substituted all these values here in this formula of Stokes' law. Simplifying this, we get 18.84 into 1.8. So it is 6 multiplied by 3.14. And 0.5 into 2 is 1, and minus 5 and minus 3 will become minus 8. So taking multiplication, we have 33.912 into 10 raised to minus 8. Again, shifting the decimal point by one place, the final value is 3.3912 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton. This is the formula for this is the value of viscous force. Now the 13th numerical. A horizontal force of 1 Newton is required to move a metal plate of area 10 raised to minus 2 meter square with a velocity of 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter per second. When it rests on a layer of oil 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter thick, find the coefficient of viscosity of oil. So this is the 13th numerical. So what is given in this numerical? We have horizontal force 1 Newton, area is 10 raised to minus 2 meter square. The velocity dV is 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter per second, and the distance, that is the thickness of layer of oil, is represented by dx, and it is 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. And we have to find the coefficient of viscosity, which is represented by eta, that is the symbol of coefficient of viscosity. So these are the given things. So which formula we should use? So from Newton's law of viscosity, the formula is eta is equal to F upon A dV upon dx. So substituting all these values in this formula and simplifying this 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 will go to the numerator, and this 10 raised to minus 2 and this 10 raised to minus 2 will become 10 raised to minus 4. Now this 10 raised, if we shift this decimal point towards right, it will become 15, and 10 raised to minus 3 now become 10 raised to minus 4. This step is because we can now cancel this numerator and denominator, 10 raised to minus 4 and 10 raised to minus 4, and that's why we have only 15 divided by 2. The answer is 7.5. So the value of coefficient of viscosity is 7.5 Newton second per meter square. So this is the answer. So today in this video we will solve this much numericals only. In next video we will solve further or the numericals which are after 14th. Thank you.